Hey, fourth graders, welcome back to math. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at how to draw angles inside of circles. So let's start with our smallest angle and work our way up to our biggest angle. So yes, our smallest angle is our acute angle, and we know that an acute angle is anything that is less than 90 degrees. So as you can see, I filled in my circle here with an acute angle. Remember, a right angle is going to be about a fourth of a circle here, where we would have a corner of a square be able to fit in perfectly. So I made sure my acute angle was a little bit less than that. So that is what an acute angle does look like when it is filled in inside of a square. Next, let's take a look at a right angle inside of a square. Now, again, I should be able to take my sticky note here, and if I line it up just nicely right inside of my angle here, it does, for the most part, given a little bit of human error there, fit in my angle just nicely. Remember, a right angle is 90 degrees because anything less than that is an acute angle, but right angles are 90 degrees. A right angle also does fill up about 1/4 of a full circle, okay? 90 degrees is 1/4 of a full circle. Remember, a full circle is 360 degrees. But yes, this is a right angle inside of a circle. Moving on now, a little bit bigger of an angle here, we have an obtuse angle. Remember, an obtuse angle is bigger than 90 degrees, but is also less than 180 degrees. I do have an obtuse angle filled in here with the blue. All I made sure was that it was bigger than 90 degrees and less than straight across. The straight across would have been 180 degrees. Speaking of 180 degrees, I do have my straight angle here. A straight angle is just filling in half of a circle. Because if I fill in half of a circle, that's 180 degrees, which makes great sense with my straight line. Straight angle, 180 degrees, that's what it looks like inside of a circle. Now, we haven't talked about this angle yet, but I'm wondering if any of you guys have been wondering, what do we call an angle that's bigger than 180 degrees? Well, we call it a reflex angle. A reflex angle is anything bigger than 180 degrees. Now, you might be saying, well, look at this. Why didn't he color in this spot right here? Well, this spot right here would have been an obtuse angle. The spot that I wanted to focus on was the other part here, this bigger part that we normally ignore. It is called a reflex angle. It's bigger than 180 degrees. So yes, reflex angle, and this is what it looks like inside of a circle. And last, but certainly not least, we have a full circle. And if you remember correctly, a full circle is 360 degrees. Kind of made mine look like an eye, I just didn't fill it in all the way. But yeah, a full circle is a full circle, 360 degrees inside of a circle. You just color the whole circle in. For your homework assignment today, it will ask you guys to shade in some angles inside of circles, just like I have done. It does say to use a protractor, but if you don't have a protractor at home, don't worry about it. I didn't shade in any of my angles with a protractor. Just make sure you keep your acute angles less than 90 degrees. Make sure to keep your obtuse angles a little more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. But another question does say to shade in 3 different angles with a sum of 360 degrees. So here's how I did that problem. So I have my circle here in purple, and since my circle is in purple, I started up here with 360 degrees in purple, because that's a full circle, right? What I did was I just made a right angle. My right angle here is 90 degrees. I shaded that in with some blue. So I took away 90 degrees from my 360 because I've already shaded in 90 degrees worth of my full circle here. That brought me to 270 degrees. I know that half of 90 degrees, half of a right angle, is about 45 degrees. So I did my best approximately to shade in about half of a 90 degree angle. So the 45 degree angle there is an acute angle. So that's in my kind of magenta color there, and I took away 45 degrees there from 270, and that brought me to 225 degrees. So I do have a reflex angle there as my third angle to fill up the rest of the circle of 225 degrees. So when it asks you to make 3 angles inside of your circle with a sum of 360 degrees, make sure you use up the whole circle. But again, if you don't have a protractor, don't worry about it. Just do your best, something like this, no angles that you know, or just make a guess for about how big an angle is. So for example, if you wanted to do a 30-degree angle, just make sure it's a little bit less than half of a right angle, for example. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But as always, good luck and wash your hands.